I'm Hazel, and today we're looking at 15 cool things coming to WoW in patch 8.2. As for when exactly that's going to be, there's no official release date yet, but my original estimate of May 28th is starting to look a little bit dumb. It'll probably be one of those Tuesdays in June. For this video, I've ordered these as a very biased countdown with stuff that I'm personally excited for at the end. Number 15, Heroic Warfronts. And by that, I mean just Stromgarde. There's no Heroic Darkshore Warfront in this patch. The premise here is that you'll need a pre-made group for it. The group size is flexible between 10 and 20 players, and it'll be more difficult than a regular Warfront, but with better rewards. I am reserving judgment only because I'm having a really tough time imagining anybody I know being jazzed to run a Warfront. I'm sure the gear will be good, but there's also good gear from raids and Mythic Plus and other things that have a reputation for being fun. It does solve my main problem with regular Warfronts, which is that the lack of risk or challenge made them mind-numbingly boring. We'll see. Number 14, Holiday Updates. They have specifically singled out Brewfest whenever talking about this, but there is an and more there, so maybe they're all getting a facelift. Every time the topic of holidays comes up in conversations, I feel like someone always says that they've been the same for too long, so this is the fix for that. Until the actual holidays roll around, we won't know exactly what the updates are. I've personally been fine with the 1 or 2 new cosmetic items each year, but not much else that we've been getting recently. It gives me new stuff to get while still letting me feel caught up. Once again, I'm reserving judgment until I see how much this is going to ask from me and what I can expect to get out of it. Lucky number 13 is Titan Essences. This is the new reason for leveling your neck. In 8.2, you'll be able to spec the traits on any new Azerite gear you get right away without worrying about your neck level, so this is what you're working towards instead. The first and best essence slot is free. You unlock that right away in 8.2 with a short quest line. After that, you'll need to level your neck to 55 for a minor slot, and then the second minor slot at 65. I wouldn't stress out too much about it. The minor traits are nice, but they're not life-changing unless you're going for like a world first. There are calculators online where you can fuss around with the specifics if that sounds like fun to you. I know Wowhead has one. For me, I'm just gonna look up what the best ones are, go get those, use them, and that'll be the end of that. It's a very minimal input system, which is really all I can ask for. I'm more or less just waiting for Azerite to be over at this point, and this is a pretty painless way to do that. Number 12 is the Outdoor Nazjatar Zone. It's risen from the sea, or something like that, and there's gonna be quests to do, fish people to grind rep with, all that good stuff. We're getting world PvP objectives to control out there, so if you missed the tower flipping fun of BC zones, we're getting a fresh dose of that. Winning battles or just being in the zone while better players win battles for you will get you Nazjatar battle commendations. You can spend those on a mount and some toys and stuff. Nazjatar also brings back combat followers. You'll be able to level up a few different companions while questing and unlock abilities for them as you go. It's very pretty out here, and I'm looking forward to questing and farming up the new herb to sell. It's in everything, so it should be pretty good. Number 11, and this is something Nazjatar has a lot of, are new pets to collect. This would be higher on the list if I was completely caught up on existing pets, but I'm not. While 80 new pets is exciting, I'm also a little bit overwhelmed. There's crabs, there's slugs, there's capybara, we got robo hands and baby naga and toothy fish, and my personal favorite, the stabby crabs. If you're within sneezing distance of a new pet collection meta achievement, it's about to get a lot easier. Number 10, new fishing stuff to do. And I know I'm not the only one here, unironically love fishing in WoW. It's profitable and relaxing for when you want to make gold while using the smallest possible portion of your brain. 8.2 is adding new fishing goals you can find out in Mechagon. Fish up a selection of uncommon fish for Secret Fish of Mechagon and you'll earn the Secret Fish Goggles toy. Wear those and you can fish for even more secret fish all around the world to earn the Secret Fish and Where to Find Them achievement for a hyper-compressed ocean toy. There's already a guide rolling in a Wowhead comment tracking down where you'll need to fish for all of this, and it's quite the journey. 4 of them require you to be dead. If that's not a fresh idea, I don't know what is. Number 9 is new heritage armor for Gnomes and Tauren. I was flabbergasted when I found out that Gnomes were happening before races other people actually play, like orcs and humans. To be clear, I am not complaining. So, the Tauren stuff is amazing, and the Gnome set is really neat too. I definitely love the forehead goggles. The rules for main race heritage armor are not as strict as they are for allied races. Any Gnome or Tauren that is both level 120 and then exalted with either Gnomergon or Thunderbluff can do the questline to unlock the Mog. You could be race changed or level boosted, and that's fine. Number 8 is the new Mechagon Outdoor Zone, not to be confused with the Mechagon Dungeon, which is found out in the zone. This ranks higher than Nazjatar for me just because there's so much to do. There's basically a free patch-specific profession with junkyard tinkering. You'll find tinker mats everywhere as you do things on Mechagon and be able to craft mounts, pets, toys, rep items, bombs. So that's fun. Horde and Alliance share a faction with the Rust Bolt resistance out here, and we're also going to be sharing a lot of space because it's not a very big island, so I expect war mode to be poppin'. There will be random NPC visitors to the island offering different quests to do. It's a whole adventure. I love that it is such a tone change from Nazjatar. They could have split them onto different patches, but no, 8.2 is going to be loaded. Number 7 is mount equipment. You get basically a gem slot in your mount journal, and you get to pop a thing in there that makes all of your mounts better. If you had a water strider, you'll automatically get the water shoes equipment mailed to you and every one of your alts. If you hate the system because it's taking water walking off of your strider, you can just open your mail, pop those shoes on, and then your strider, along with every other mount you have, can water walk. For Death Knights, Shamans, and folks who just like to swim, there are other options that let you parachute when you dismount in the air, save you from being dazed on your mount, or just plain go 20% faster. These are BOA and usable from level 20, so alts can use these to help level. It's a relatively small part of the patch, but I love stuff like this because it'll continue to impact the game beyond the patch. Like, it's a new permanent system. It's not just BFA mount equipment, it's forever mount equipment. They don't do that every day. Number 6 is the new Pet Battle Dungeon, this time out in Stratholme. The mystery of the shadowy figure continues, and it's a new challenge to pit your critters against. More importantly, it means a new teleport to the tippy top of the Eastern Kingdoms for anyone who beats the challenge run. As an Alliance player, getting out there is not fun, so I can't wait to get a free port from Manapoof. Also, we got like 20 new Pet Battle World quests. Of all of the new pets to collect in 8.2, I'm actually not seeing any new pets for Polished Pet Charms yet, so if that holds true, all of these new world quests should really help you catch up. Number 5 is the new leg of the war campaign and the Heart of Azeroth story, which is ramping up. There will be voice acting, lots of cutscenes, twists, turns, and probably something you don't agree with. It's just statistically likely. I can't wait to make like a whole day of it and turn off Discord, put my phone in a shoe, close my door most of the way because I have a cat, and then like play the new campaign like it's a movie. Nothing shall spoil it. Number 4 is new mounts. There's a good handful of like 30-ish new mounts to collect. Mechagon and Nazjatar offer a whole rodeo of collectible steeds, from mecha crawlers and hovercrafts to sea rays and tide stallions. I am especially looking forward to the Sea Ray mounts. I really hope that they fly like the Argus Felrays do, and also the Sideways Crab. It just makes so much more sense. I was googling for this video trying to figure out if maybe sometimes crabs do walk forward, and the autocomplete was asking if crabs walk forward when they're drunk, and all that led me to was Yahoo Answer where some guy was just like, no, so yeah, Sideways Crab mount. Number 3, the Mechagon Mega Dungeon, or more officially, Operation Mechagon. It's an 8-boss mythic dungeon, kinda like Legion's Karazhan, and at launch it'll be available on Mythic difficulty only. In a later patch, they'll split it in half for the sake of Heroic and Mythic Plus, but for now, Mythic only. You'll need a pre-made group, and ideally, you'll want one that you can put up with for at least a solid hour. This is a feature-length experience, and it's exceptional. It feels like progressing through a raid for 5 people. The fights are fun, the areas are cool, the trash is dangerous, and there are mounts to collect. There's also some interesting gear out of here, such as the 2-part ring sets. Collect them and then mix and match for the combo that'll suit the way you play. Number 2, the Eternal Palace Raid. Encounter design is just killing it in this patch, which is why the instances are so high up on the list. I have so far seen 7 of the 8 bosses in raid testing, and I am just in love. The new raid's full of unique fights that really deliver on the Under the Sea theme, right up to the fully underwater fish boss. Okay, I don't think that one's going to go down as a crowd favorite, but I'm glad they're not afraid to try something dumb, and the rest of the raid's awesome. The world first race for Azshara is going to be really fun to watch, and I can't wait to progress through the palace with my own guild. Also, there are some tasty Shadow Priest fights in here. And finally, number 1 coolest thing coming in patch 8.2, according to me anyways, is Pathfinder Part 2 and flying in BFA. It's finally here. For me, this is going to breathe life into not just the new stuff, but all of the earlier areas of BFA. Flight's going to be great for gathering, it's going to be amazing for getting to Pet Battle World quests, especially as some of them are just like halfway up a cliff. I'm going to level new alts to 120, I'm going to get on my Albatross and just fly in circles around Borealis, it's going to be great. I'm on board with the do things on the ground first approach that they've been taking, but I do wish that they would add full Pathfinder a little earlier in the expansion cycle. However, I am really relieved that flying will work in both Nazjatar and Mechagon, and it's not going to take too long to unlock. If you already have your BFA Pathfinder Part 1, all you'll need is Revered with 2 new reputations, not even Exalted. You do also need to fully explore both new zones, but that's pretty quick. If you're not sure whether or not you finished Pathfinder Part 1, now is a good time to check. Wowhead has a tool at wowhead.com/attunement where you can look up your character and see what you still need. So those are the things that I think are coolest in 8.2, but there is even more. For honorable mentions, there is a new arena map, 2 new island maps, Ashran is an epic battleground, new seasons of Arena, and Mythic Plus. There will be new things to gather, craft, and sell, there's new appearance sets to farm and collect and wear. On the whole, I can't wait for the patch, there's going to be so many great things to do. If you've been taking a break and you're on the fence about coming back, 8.2 is a great time to give it another try. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Share what you're looking forward to most in 8.2 in the comments, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!